Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 3 math. You can find all the lessons on A plus students.com using your address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 3 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter multiplication. The lessons we're going to cover today are multiplication input output tables, find the rule, multiplication word problems, find a missing factor, multiply one digit number by three digit numbers. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil down the important exam preparations as well. Let's just start the lesson, that is multiplication input output tables, find the rule. Okay, so what is the rule for the input output table? The first thing is you need to understand the input output tables, then we can find the rule. So we have the input column and the output column, the input row or the output row. You have to multiply this input row by a specific number so that you can get the output row, right? So 0 times what number is 0? Whatever number you are multiplying with 0, the answer is 0. 1 times what number is 2? 2 times what number is 4? We are given 5, 4, 2, 3. 1 times 5 is not 2. That means that is not the correct option. 1 times 4 is also not 2. That is also not the correct option. 1 times 2 is 2. Check with the second one. 2 times 2 is 4. So 0 times every number is 0. So that means the rule is you have to multiply each input value by 2 to calculate the corresponding output value. Let's just start with the test questions. What is the rule for this input output table? So 0024448. So now we are given four numbers 2534. Start with the first one. 2 times what number is 4 and 4 times what number is 8. So 2 times, start with the first option, sorry, 0, 2 and 4. 2 times 2. I'm going to check with the first one. 2 times 2 is 4 and 4 times 2 is 8. So you can see here 4 and 8. So that means option number 1 is the correct option. The rule for the input the each input value by 2. So option number 1 is the correct option. What is the rule for the input output table? So we have to find a rule. 1 times what number is 3, 2 times what number is 6, and 3 times what number is 9. Very good. That is 3. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 3 is 9. So the input output rule for the table is 9. What is the rule for the input output table? So which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1 times 2 is 2 and 4 times 2 is 8. So option number 1 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the rule for the input output table? So which is the correct option? Option number 3 is the correct option. The rule is you have to multiply the each input value to 3. You can see option. These are the options 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the choices. These are the options. Option number 3 is the correct option. That is, you have to multiply them by 3. What is the rule for the input output table? So which is the correct option? Option number 3 is the correct option. You have the rule is you have to multiply each input value to 3 to get the output value. So the correct option is 3. What is the rule for the input output table? Option number, the last option is the correct option. That is 2. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is Multiplication word problems. Let's just start with the test questions. There are four boxes in the storeroom. Each box has three books. How many books are there in all? So you have four boxes. Each box has three books. So four times three is option number one is the correct option. That is 12. Derek bought four bunches of banana. There are four bananas on each bunch. How many bananas does Derek buy? So which is the correct option? That is 16. Option number two is the correct option. 4 times 4 is 16. Josh went to the grocery store and bought four boxes of donuts. There were two donuts in each box. How many donuts did Josh buy? So which is the correct option? That is 2 times 4 is 8. The correct option is 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Christine bought two cakes for a birthday party. Each cake cost $5. How much money did Christine spend? So 5 times 2 is 10. The correct option is $10. Option number 2 is the correct option. Jake had 5 apples. He cut apple into three slices. How many apple slices did Jake make? So which is the correct option? That is 15. Option number 2 is the correct option. Jonathan bought 2 bags of potatoes. There were 3 potatoes in each bag. How many potatoes did Jonathan buy? So, which is the correct option? 3 times 2 is 6. The correct option is 6. A jewelry company made 3 emerald bracelets. They used 3 emeralds to make each bracelet. How many emeralds did the company use? So 3 times 3 is 9. The correct option is 9. A city has 2 parking spots on each block. How many parking spots are there on 4 blocks? So which is the correct option? Very good. 2 times 4 is 8. The last option is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. If you fail, let me just move on to the next lesson. There are 5 students in school writing club. Last year, each student in the club wrote. So the correct option is 10. By the way, I'm moving to the next lesson. Multiplication word problems find the missing factor. Let's just start with the test questions. A toy factory can put four toys in each box. If they put three toys in each box, how many boxes should the company use? They have total four toys. A toy factory can put four toys in each box. Like in each box, they're going to put four toys. If the company need to put four toys in boxes, like they have four toys, and in each box they're going to put four. So one times four is four. That means they only need one box to put four toys. Option number one is the correct option. Let's just move on to the next one. Each car on the roller coaster holds one person. If five people can ride at a time, how many cars does the roller coaster have? So which is the correct option? So each car holds only one person. We have five people who can sit at a time. So how many cars do we need? That means five cars we needed, right? Option number two is the correct option. Each box of Darren's favorite granola bars contain three granola bars. If Darren wants to get three granola bars, how many boxes should he buy? So which is the correct option? He needs three granola bars, and in each box there are three granola bars, so that means he need only one box. The correct option is one. Sasha put five stamps on each letter she mailed. How many letters did Sasha mail if she used 10 stamps in all? There's two because five stems on each letter, right? So she sends 10 stamps in all. So 10 stamps she put on two mails. Option number two is the correct option. For class field trip, each van holds five students. How many vans will a group of 15 students need? So which is the correct option? Option number one is the correct option. Three is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. The next lesson is multiply one digit numbers by three digit numbers. Let's just start with the test questions. 233 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9 and 3 times 2 is 6. That is 699. Option number one is the correct option. Multiply 212 times 3. So that is 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. So that is 636. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 636. Multiply 11 times 9. That is 999. Option number 1 is the correct option. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 8 and 3 times 3 is 9. That is 960. Option number 2 is the correct option. 111 times 6, so which is the correct option? That is 666. Option number 1 is the correct option. 100 times 6, so which is the correct option? 100 times 6 equals 100 times 6 is 600. Option number 2 is the correct option. 110 times 2, so which is the correct option? That is 220. Option number two is the correct option. Mm. 221 times 3, so which is the correct option? That is 663. Option number two is the correct option. Very good. 221 times 4. That is 884. Option number one is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself for today. So we were working on grade 3 math. The chapter we were working on is multiplication. The lessons we have covered today are multiplication input output table, find a rule, multiplication word problems, multiplication word problems, find the missing factor, multiplication one digit number by three digit numbers. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask questions if you have any. I'm here to answer all your questions and questions. Okay, then that's all for today.